Okay, let's go and jump to rank games with a random character and see what we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing the Mage once again. We do start off with an Amulet Life and a Garlic. So the Amulet Life, we kind of want to go for a healing type build. Now it does make me want to take our wand. We can start stacking up a bunch of buffs. We definitely want to grab our wooden sword. We could go for Torch if you want to. I do want to grab healing herbs. Do you want the Torch? I think I want to roll. Now, I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to sell our wooden sword to actually grab ourselves this frying pan. I want to reserve the big old banana. I might actually want to take the storage as well, and I think this is going to be round 1. Now, it shouldn't be too bad. We only have one weapon, which is not so great, but we do start off with 20 more max life. And we should be able to stack up our buffs with our wand. So we should potentially be able to beat out our opponent. Our frying pan has 3 DPS, while our opponent does have quite a bit of DPS with triple weapons. But can we still win out? Hell yeah. We definitely can. Well, let's grab a bit of storage. Let's grab our big old banana. Do you want a customer card? I kind of do, because I kind of want to go for an Excalibur type mage run. It's been a long time since I used Excalibur, so it could be kind of fun. But it doesn't really help us out right now, which is the problem. We can also take gloves and go claws attack with the frying pan, which does sound pretty good too. So you know what, I'm actually going to take that. I'm going to take this out and I'm going to grab our shiny shell. And I will roll once. Healing herbs I would gladly take, but I'm also looking... Actually, let's take the garlic too. I'm looking for a walrus tusk so we can craft up the claws attack, because right now, these gloves really doesn't do anything. So we could have actually speeded up our frying pan since we only have one weapon anyway. But with our 2 food items, our DPS is going to be 3.5 DPS, our opponent's damage is going to be a lot higher. And so our battle rage is going to get some lifesteal. And once we drop below that 30% HP, that corrupted crystal is going to make that frying pan hit us for quite a lot. But are we still going to be able to win out? Hell yeah. Definitely so. Now if we were to puzzle back, I probably would take Super Spacious. Spinning for dummies is kind of nice, but it's not that fantastic with Excalibur. And Knife to Meet You will give us a ton of damage after 12 seconds. We're going to be trying to survive for quite some time, so we could end up taking it. But it is 12 seconds, it's very long. Should we take it? Super Spacious, I would take it for the puzzle bag. We could gamble. I think I'm going to take Knife to Meet You today. Let's grab our storage. I really wanted Smelly Wall. Let's grab you. Let's grab more healing herbs. And let's roll again. And we definitely want to grab a set of blueberries. We could sell a little Star of Courage for it. Also no Walrus Tusk, which is not so great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell our shiny shell to grab this set of blueberries. Now I'd love to put it in beside a frying pan. We could move out our wand, but I do want our wand in as well. And I also want to speed up our frying pan along with our Knife to Meet You. So I'm going to venture on with this. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to place that in up top, because blueberries inside our scholar bag does have a chance to duplicate that mana. But Knife to Meet You is going to be nice, because after 10 seconds we're going to get our damage since we sped up with our gloves. And we eventually want to put it inside a fanny pack as well. But after 10 seconds, our frying pan is going to have quite a bit of damage. But can we take on this ranger who's rocking a hammer dagger action with Turn Burst? We got a pretty good setup. Dealing massive damage once they do stun us, but can we bring it back? It's looking super close. Just one stun from our opponent and we're going to be smashed, but hell yeah. Now, if we actually had one wooden sword and a whetstone, we could actually win for a Falcon Blade. We could still try to grab it, because Falcon Blade would be really awesome. I think we take it then. Do we take our storage or do we roll? I think we have to roll. We do get our whetstone. Now all we need is our wooden sword. So are we going to make a big pivot? That's also a dagger, which I really do want to take. I'm not going to. I'm going to roll again. We do get a wooden sword. That's an early mana orb too. Yeah, we're making a huge pivot right now. We're going to sell this. Let's go and craft you up. And next round, we're going to get our Falcon Blade. We definitely want another healing herbs. We definitely want help pot. And we really want this potion belt as well. Now, unfortunately, not taking a dagger, because the dagger increases by 40%, is crazy bad. But a Falcon Blade is going to be crazy good. But our DPS has dropped significantly since we took a wooden sword. Now, our opponent does have a Ripsaw Blade, which means, yeah, our little whetstone doesn't really do anything, since it does give us 1 damage at the start of the battle, which is removed with the Ripsaw Blade. So unfortunately, this opponent is going to smash us, especially with that Shell Totem stacking up their power firm. But we got our Hero Sword. Let's take our Mana Orb. Let's grab the storage. Let's grab our healing herbs. And let's go and craft up this Falcon Blade. And we are going to move on. So we should be in a pretty good spot once we get our Falcon Blade online, because it is going to speed up all our items, and we can generate up a lot of mana, which means our wand is going to stack up our power, which means it should be amazing. Definitely going to be amazing. We just need to find our daggers from now on. Our opponent does have that rope with a hero sword with a hedgehog of all things, which is kind of interesting. But they don't have all those spikes, so it's not going to do so much damage. But it is going to deal, actually, a decent bit of damage, dealing that effect damage. We got tons and tons of power, increasing the damage on our weapons, and awesome. Hell yeah. But we did manage to get a Falcon Blade. We could go super greedy, take a box of riches, and go for the Shiny Mantle. I do like that idea a lot. But we really, really do want to grab another ones. I do want to grab this, and I also kind of want to grab the piggy bank. So I might sell one of our healing herbs. Take the piggy bank and the box of riches. Sell a garlic to take this as well. But yeah, I'm going to venture on with this. So our mana orb is going to be targeting our Falcon Blade along with our set of blueberries, along with our banana, which is going to be relatively slow. But with our Falcon Blade, we should be able to trigger our wands a little bit faster, and our knife to meet you after 8 seconds. So after 8 seconds, we're going to get a bunch of damage, which is going to be awesome. It's still very, very slow. But our Falcon Blade should be able to do some massive damage right now, and especially with all the power we're stacking up. That's a lot of blind on us, but we got tons of luck, and awesome. Now that's an early bird. I do like an early bird, because the early bird does speed up our whole setup again. And you know what? I'm just going to venture on. I'm going to save our 3 gold, because next round we're going to get our subclass, and I'm hoping to grab a Shiny Mantle and offer up some craziness. We should have also put this in our Falcon Blade to try and inflict some poison, just a small bit. But with our bird in, we should be able to speed up everything, especially speeding up this Falcon Blade to get some nuts attack speed. But again, that's a lot of blind, a good bit of poison. They did heal up with that Shelly, but amazing. Falcon Blade wands is just crazy good. And we got the Shiny Chariot, the Shiny Mantle on sale. Yeah, I'm going to be taking that. Now, speaking of another item on sale, I'm going to be grabbing at this Sala. And we could grab the Badger, because the Badger does scale up our max life. But I think we kind of want to go for the Owl, because the Owl does give us a chance to duplicate our buffs even more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll. I'm going to take the lightsaber since it is on sale. I'm going to take the fanny pack also. But I'm going to roll once more. And we're getting a ton of items on sale, which is kind of smashing. So we're going to take our Bloody Amulet, and we're going to reserve the Spell Score Grow, because I'm going to offer that up next round. Now, I'd love to add this in, but yeah, we just don't have the space for it right now. So we're going to get rid of Menekineku with our lightsaber. That's going to be a ton of value for us. And yeah, I'm going to venture on. So we should have actually taken out a piggy bank for our box of riches. Yeah, that'd be quite clever. But we should be able to inflict a small bit of poison with a tiny little emeralds. We get invulnerability, which stops us from getting our power. So that's kind of the downside of the Shiny Mantle. And we do get invulnerability again, but it might give us enough time to win out, and hell yeah. And we could have actually kept our lightsaber, because we did inflict quite a bit of freaking poison, I mean blind. But that is a perfect emerald. Now we did get our Elspeth Companion, which I'm going to have to take. Let's take this too. I'm going to put this in as I roll to try and find some gemstones as well. Hell yeah, I'm going to grab our storage. We also get our dagger. We also get a wand. Which at this point, I'm going to put our mana orb in this position to be targeting our wand. It's going to be inside our scholar bag, so we have a chance of getting some extra mana, and we also have a higher chance to duplicate. Problem is, our knife to meet you is going to be in a little bit of a worse spot, not being in a fanny pack. We definitely want to grab another wand. We definitely want to grab our dagger. We definitely want to grab this to offer it up, but I'm going to be offering up our Bloody Amulet, our Healing Herbs, our Spell Score Grow, even though we could use it for stamina. But we should be able to inflict an insane amount of poison with a perfect emerald. Like a crazy absurd amount. And if we get a second one, we can go even faster in poison stacking. But it's not looking too bad. With the amount of power we do have, amazing. Genuinely amazing. What are we going to get? Okay, we got ourselves a perfect ruby. I'm not sure if we do want to keep our perfect ruby in our weapon. I think I'd prefer grabbing some poison more than anything. And we do got a choice to make. We could take stoned. And honestly, we're not going to be going too much on block. By the Holy Light gives us a chance of getting some holy items on sale. So yeah, I'm going to take this. It's also going to speed up our Shiny Mantle, which I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of. Now I'm going to take our wands. I'm going to take this as well. And I do want to take our dagger, but I also want to roll I think I'm going to sell one little chipped amethyst because I do want to grab this fanny pack. I do want to speed up our knife to meet you, put in our dagger, which is going to have to do for now, and I do want to put in another wand, sell our piggy bank, grab you two and offer you up as well. But it's looking pretty good. Definitely looking pretty good. We should be able to get our damage insanely fast with our knife to meet you, 6.5 seconds, which is pretty decent. And we'll see. We stack up our mana, we stack up our power, we do get our invulnerability. And it's not looking too bad. That's 36 poison, 40 poison, with just a single Falcon Blade. It's kind of nuts. And awesome. Now, we do get ourselves another topaz, which is kind of nice. We could grab a bunch of sapphires to stack up a bunch of block. We could also grab ourselves a Jane's lamp to try and lamp our Falcon Blade. I do want to grab this though. You know, I'm going to take the lamp. I'm going to roll once. We do get a pineapple on sale, which I do kind of want to grab as well. For the topaz, I'm going to sell because I do want to grab this so we can stack up a bit of block. And I think, unfortunately, I might take out a dagger for now. Because I think the end goal is to... I think our end goal is to lamp our Falcon Blade. Unfortunately for this round, I'm just going to be offering up our customer card. Which is not so fantastic. So our knife to meet you goes back down to 9 seconds. Now it's going to be a lot of poison stacked up with a poison spear. They're going to do some big damage. We do need our invulnerability right now. But it's not going to last forever. And once it does end, yeah, we do end up falling short. But we'll see. We do get another regular amethyst, which is going to be more healing reduction. We could take you to offer you up. Let's grab our pineapple. Let's grab a bit of storage. And I kind of want to roll again. Now at this point, I'm going to sell our dagger because I do want to grab another wand. Actually, maybe we do want to offer up our healing herbs at this point. But I am going to venture on with this. So we got tons and tons of wands, which will use up a lot more mana. But we're going to get tons and tons more in power. The problem is, we do need... Holy moly, we're getting destroyed with the staff fire. We do get invulnerability, but again, which just takes too long to get our damage. So we do end up bleeding our life. But we managed to get another big red ruby, which not exactly what we want. Bloody Amulet is kind of awesome. We could go for Paradise Burb, or we could go for Prismatic Wand. The thing is, I do like having it, so we get that instant mana, so our wands can just start stacking up arm power. So I don't think I'm going to actually craft up a Prismatic Wand. I'm going to sell a gemstone to grab this for now, so we can place you in. That way we do start off with 10 mana. Now I'm going to have to take this Bloody Amulet, but yeah, I'm going to have to venture on once again. So we should be able to start off with 20 mana, which is really, really nice. It does mean that our wands is going to start stacking up our power, which is really, really nice. We do get invulnerability, and we should be able to get our damage a little bit faster. Definitely a lot faster. And it's not looking too bad. It does take us a little bit too long though, still. But our DPS actually runs out at about 34 DPS, which is not bad at this point in the game. As for heals, not a whole lot of heals, and as for block, not a whole lot of block. 36 from a regular Sapphire. So, if we do continue on, we do need to get more DPS, we need to get stronger. That's for sure. Now we do get our shields, and I kind of want to go for moon shields. With a Bloody Amulet. So I'm going to take these for now, I'm going to take this for now as well. I'm going to roll once. We do get another mana orb, which is amazing. Now the poison's not looking so great. So maybe we want to actually switch it in for a bit of lifesteal. 35% lifesteal should be pretty decent. We're going to craft up that moon shields. We're going to take our mana orb. I'm going to offer up these for now as well. And yeah, I'm going to venture on with this. So the shield is going to block a lot of damage first, potentially, hopefully. Once you craft up into moon shield, we're going to be blocking some ranged weapons. Unfortunately, yeah, we're not going to be able to use our shield this round. Now our opponent is rocking a serpent staff with the crow, which means they're going to get a lot of poison on it. But during vulnerability, they don't deal any damage with the serpent staff, which means no poison gains during that time. So we get our vulnerability again, and not too bad. Definitely not too bad. And we got ourselves another sapphire, which means more block, which means, yeah, we should be able to get our Jin's lamp online pretty fast. Now I do want to grab a storage. I do want to grab you too, because I really do want to craft up that vampiric armor. I'm going to sell our bananas so we can grab our mana orb, and I do not ever want to craft that up, offer that up with our shiny mantle. I do kind of want to keep our amulet life. We definitely need another mana orb. Should we get rid of our green gemstones? At this point, I don't really mind offering those up, because I want to grab amethyst, I want to grab sapphires. More healing will be awesome as well. We could also just add these in, which should give us a ton of value. And yeah, I'm going to venture on once again. So we should be able to start off with even more mana with our Moon Shield, up to 23 mana. Which means we're going to have potentially a chance to activate our big mana orb. We do get our invulnerability, we do stack up our power, and we should be able to heal back up. And now our Falcon Blade is doing some insane damage, and awesome. It's looking pretty good. Now the thing is, we could go for King's Crown. King's Crown is like the ultimate play with the Shiny Mantle because it gives us even more value on our gemstones. But we kind of want to grab our Scripture of Light and offer that up. We want to grab our Mana Orb. We probably should take it, but I'm not going to. Definitely want to grab another fanny pack. Speeding these up for now. Box of Riches, we could literally just offer up as well, since we're not actually really using it. Now we'll have all these topazes in our armor so we have a chance to resist stuns, but we could also just increase our healing, which would be pretty good too. I'm going to continue to roll. Don't really want magic for dummies. We could take a second Jin's Lamp so we can stack over buffs a little bit easier. But I think I'm going to roll because all I want to do is find another Prismatic Orb. But I'm going to sell this because I do want to grab this for more healing reduction, because right now we should have 55% healing reduction with another 18%. But yeah, we're going to move on. But we're just going to be offering up Prescription of Light, which is going to use up more mana. We do start off with 32 mana. We do get our big mana buff bomb. Give us a chance to pretty much instant activate our Falcon Blade's lamp to deal massive, massive damage. So it's not looking too bad. Taking on this adventure for sure. They do have the turtle, they do have an ice dragon with some crits, but we did manage to win out. So it's not looking too bad. And we got another sapphire. That's going to be more scaling block for us. So when we generate up mana, we have the potential to just activate our Jin's Lamp, but our Vampiric Armor also does that. And we also want this to get a little bit more block. I don't need any of these other items, so I'm going to keep rolling. Definitely want to grab you too. Another little sapphire. I'm going to take, but as I keep rolling for now, we could just grab an extra Holy Armor, because realistically we're not going to activate 2 mana orbs. Now at this point, we should actually have our Owlspirit Companion be duplicating our mana orbs buffs. That make a lot more sense. I do want to also grab another fanny pack, speeding up pretty much everything once again. But I'm going to continue to roll. I'm going to sell these gemstones because we're going to grab this Undead Amulet, and if it's an Amulet of Energy, we're in a fantastic spot. Amulet of Fortune, actually not terrible because it does increase the chances we block and get more mana from these mana orbs. So I'm not going to lie, we could straight up just offer up this Flawless Emerald, or this Perfect Emerald, with a Shiny Mantle. I'm going to do it because I don't really want a Perfect Emerald anyway. It does give us a high chance to resist poison, but I also kind of want to get rid of it. I'm going to sell our Box of Riches because I'm just going to grab this for now as well. And yeah, at least with our Owlspirit Companion, we're going to duplicate our big mana buff bomb, which should be pretty decent. We're not going to be duplicating our power anymore, but it is what it is. So we do get our big mana buff bomb from the very beginning. We should potentially be able to lamp, although our opponent is rocking 2 Chinos, which is going to steal a lot of our buffs. We do get our invulnerability, keeping us healthy. And did we actually manage to lamp? Hell yeah, we did. So our Falcon Blade is going to do some big damage right now. We have invulnerability, we're stacking up another big mana buff bomb, and honestly, it's looking kind of smashing. And we got ourselves a perfect topaz, which is actually much better. Increasing speed on our Falcon Blade as fast as possible is awesome. Now let's grab our bird. Let's grab this bit of storage. Let's roll. A crafting up potentially Cold Mirror or even a Devouring Spear would have been awesome as well. But that is literally insane. A second Prismatic Orb on sale for 7 is nuts. Problem is, it really does want to sit in here, but then we don't duplicate our buffs with our Mana Orb unless we place that in this position. And our Knife to Meet You is going to be in a less than optimal position as well. And we could honestly be making insane use of this by getting crazy absurd mana. So we definitely want to go fast. So I do want to put our Knife to Meet You inside a fanny pack, in beside our Falcon Blade, which means a little less mana and a little less mana as well. But I think this should be pretty decent overall. I'm going to waste our gold rolling, one more roll, and I would have loved to grab another Jin's Lamp. But honestly, what a fun build. just a Falcon Blade. I do love the Falcon Blade on the Mage because the Falcon Blade does use up that power really, really awesomely because it attacks twice. And also, since we stack up so much buffs, Jin's Lamp is fantastic. Now, if we had Mana Mastery, this build will be so much more better. But unfortunately, we don't really have it. I'm going to move this over to actually just speed up one Prismatic Orb along with our Shiny Mantle. But let's go ahead and see if it's going to be good enough. Can we win out again this cold stacking build? Now, this could be problematic for sure because it's going to be a lot of cold on us. And we didn't really get our instant lamp, unfortunately. We generated up an insane amount of buffs that weren't luck or spikes, unfortunately. So it is going to take us time to stack up those once again. But we're almost about to get it. We do get invulnerability, keeping our block as well. We should have lamped our Falcon Blade, which is going to start dealing big damage, but that's a lot of cold on us. We have used up our luck, so our accuracy is going to be a little bit lower. But can we still win out? Because we got lots and lots of block. But we're starting to deal some big damage. Again, we're slowing down really, really fast. Our Falcon Blade does trigger every 1.5 seconds. But our birds do counteract a little bit of that cold. Because it's still going pretty fast at 2 seconds. And it's dealing 150 damage per hit. Since it attacks twice. Well, 75 per hit, but 150 in total. And it's smashing. It wasn't even close at the end. Now our DPS is going to be relatively lower because we were slowed down by so much. We did have 44 DPS in the end, even with that much cold on us. 100 DPS Falcon Blade with invulnerability with chance to block damage, as well as a bunch of stack and block. And just how much block did we have? We managed to get about a 564 block, and as for heals, about 48 healing per second, which would be faster because we do attack pretty fast. Knife to Meet definitely a rogue choice, but it did increase our damage quite a bit. And since we had invulnerability, we could survive for Knife to Meet to go off as well. We did end up with surviving with 4 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we manage to get. Plus 12, ranking us up a decent bit. But yeah, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 fights, and we're going to see just how well this build actually performs. Because we are going to begin double burning blades, which is going to be a lot of damage. We're going to be stacking up insane heats. We do get invulnerability. We do stack up our buffs. And we should be able to smash with our Falcon Blade right now. Since we did get our lamp. And you know what? Amazing. Genuinely amazing. And we are going to begin Ultimate Ascension Mage with a Null Blade, with Harold the Hateful Hat. We're going to scale up a lot of crits. But we're going to be stacking up our buffs, which honestly is a double-edged sword for our opponent. Because we need those buffs to lamp our Falcon Blade to deal that big damage. And we get our vulnerability. And yeah, it's not going to be close. Now, can we go against a Red Ranger with a bunch of red collars with a Blood Turn? They're going to be inflicting some blind, but again, we stack up a lot of buffs. The problem is, once we do lamp, we get rid of our accuracy. But we just start to stack up our luck once again. We got tons of power. We're going to have stacking damage every time one goes off. And we have invulnerability to survive, which they can't lifesteal during that invulnerability period. So, hell yeah, we do outpace them smashingly. Now, can we deal with an Impractically Large Blood Turn? Because they got the scales, they got a White Lilies color, they're going to stack up an insane amount of regen. So an Impractically Large Blood Turn can get that online. And once it gets 5 in power, it's going to start dealing some big damage, but again, we got invulnerability. And a Falcon Blade is also going to be dealing big damage. So, not too bad.